New at 6, an effort to repeal a Florida law that has been on the books for more than 3 decades is now picking up steam.
3 bills have been filed in the Florida legislature to repeal or partially repeal what critics refer to as the free kill law.
Our Heather Crawford is on your side tonight, continuing to follow the fight to give all families equal access to the judicial system when they believe medical malpractice has occurred.
It still hurts really bad.
This is a photo of my dad's leg that they say needed physical therapy.
Sabrina Davis lost her father, a Navy veteran, 3 years ago. He didn't die due to his time in the service.
This is the photo they passed around the Florida Department of Health and said, "You didn't order an ultrasound?" And the doctor said no.
She believes he died as a result of medical negligence.
Went to a hospital for knee pain and never made it out alive. It just doesn't make sense.
Keith Davis was 62 when he went to the hospital near Tampa in October 2020.
Like I said, it won't point straight up.
My dad sent me a video of his leg where he actually states he can't point his toes up. That's a classic indication for a blood clot.
Despite his documented history of a blood clot years earlier, an ultrasound was never performed. 5 days after he was admitted to the hospital, he died.
At that moment, I felt a piece of me just leave my body. Like, I felt like a part of me died too.
An independent autopsy revealed what the doctor failed to detect caused her father's death.
And they said, "Sabrina, your dad had a 9-inch long blood clot in his left leg. A piece broke off, went straight to his chest, and it killed him."
The Florida Department of Health found the doctor failed to assess her father's elevated risk and committed medical malpractice. Had her father survived, he could have sued. But because he died and wasn't married and didn't have any minor children, his family was barred from filing a medical negligence case, all because of a Florida law that's been on the books since the 90s.
The free kill law basically states that if you are in Florida, doesn't matter if you're a tourist or you live here, if you are single, divorced, or widowed and have no minor child under the age of 25 and you die of medical malpractice, there is no one who can sue the doctor at fault.
The law was created to help keep medical malpractice insurance premiums from rising so doctors wouldn't leave the state. Andy Bolin, an attorney who represents healthcare providers, thinks it's a fair law and believes if it's repealed, it would further strain the medical system.
If you have a system in place where you think you have curtailed the exodus of doctors from the state, I think it's dangerous to start removing those protections and then finding out whether or not, in fact, we needed them.
But for Sabrina, it's about holding doctors accountable. And in her father's case, she doesn't think the Department of Health did enough.
They gave him a $7,500 fine and continuing education classes. To me, that's not enough.
Since her father's death, she's been fighting to change the law. She and her son sharing their story with lawmakers around the state, determined to make a difference. This month, a bipartisan bill bearing her father's name, the Keith Davis Family Protection Act, was introduced into the Florida House to repeal the law.
I miss my dad. I miss being a mom to my son. And fighting this has taken so much time away from my life. But I think my dad would be proud. And maybe it would complete the promise to the oath that he took, that he will give his life when it comes to life or death, if it means freedom for the people.
And so this law applies to those who die of medical malpractice who are over the age of 25, not married, and have no children under 25. And if you want to voice your opinion on this law, today is the deadline to request to speak at the Duval County delegation meeting. It takes place this Thursday afternoon at Jacksonville City Hall. I'll have a link tonight posted in this story on our website. And join us tonight at 11. I sit down with State Senator Clay Yarborough to talk about his bill to change this law and the other bills right now before the legislature. Live in the studio, Heather Crawford, First Coast News, on your side.